I'll find the best person in the space and pay them a shitload of money for them to show me the shortcut. Like, hey, so what exactly do I need to do? That's how I've succeeded. I'm really good, and it's become my lifestyle. I call it the investing in myself lifestyle. I need to accomplish this. Who's the best in the industry? How much is it? Here's my credit card. Let's go. So why are we still trying to have big dreams but use traditional methods? Ali, you and I have had these conversations
Yes, multiple
about
times.
our, everyone is making money in the US buying plots in Kenya. Why? Like
Yes.
the hell?
Bro.
When I saw the most money I'd ever seen in my bank account, it was $100,000.
Okay.
A screenshot, and I sent it to my dear friend, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this.
Wow. Is
So,
that money that you got from business?
of course, I made this from my coaching, right? But
Okay.
it's the most amount of money my eyes had ever seen on my online. Like you log into your bank account to look at your account.
This is the One Mic Show. And there was actually another one of our avid listeners and contributors, Washeke. She actually wanted to know how you help your clients identify a coachable niche, because you talked about a lot of coaching. We see a lot of this coaching, like on our timelines. And what Washeke was asking is, how do you help your clients identify a coachable niche where passion can become profitable? Because for most people, that they may not see their passion as something that can turn into profit. Most people tend to have skills, passions, and hobbies, but have no idea on how to make money out of it, and so they tend to stick to their day job. So, Jane Mukami, talk to us about, especially someone who's on the fence about investing in one of your coaching classes because of believing that their passion has no path to profit. What exactly is this skeptic missing out? Jane Mukami.
So when I started teaching coaches, I started teaching women how to turn their purpose into profit and leverage social media. I launched this during COVID, by the way. That was the first time I launched it. Okay. I didn't want to, but my business coach at the time was like, you built an amazing business. You have everything it takes to show someone else how to do it. Let's create a business from it. And that's what I did. Back then, my focus was different. I was taking anyone who thinks they want to be a coach and help them figure out their thing. In case in point, when I first met Tabitha and Jerry, she thought she wanted to be a mindset coach.
Yeah.
And halfway through my program, she came back and said, Jane, I think I want to take what I've been doing professionally and coach on it, which was, leadership, professional development, and all that. And so we kind of pivoted and put everything else aside and built the business for what she does, career coaching, and what she does now. Today, now, I don't, or it's not possible for me to help you identify what your thing is. And do you know why? Because social media has become very saturated. If you
Yes.
haven't cut your teeth on your passion, starting now experimenting becomes very difficult. So what I'm doing now and over the last 2 years is I want you to come to me when you're already a coach. You've already invested some time and effort to figure out your thing. You've already coached a few people. You're coming to me for rocket fuel. You're coming to me to scale things and grow things. Okay? So it's easier for me to help those people than trying to take somebody who this week might be, I think I want to be a relationship coach. And then in 2 months, they're like, that's not working. I think I'm going to try and be a career coach. There is no longer time to try and throw something on the wall and see if it sticks. Not in today's social media 5 years ago, when we used to see everyone's post, maybe. Right now, there needs to be super sharp focus on what you're doing. So I only want people who are already on that path and they want to accelerate.
So maybe, like, drill down on that a bit.
Maybe I could help her by sharing what I think is the quickest way to identify your passion. Your passion is something that comes very easily to you. It comes so easy that you don't even see it, but other people see it. That's what happened to me. People would be like, "Oh my God, you're so natural and you know everything about weight loss and fitness. You should consider doing this." And I'd say, "Oh, what do you mean I should consider doing this? I have a career in tech. This thing will never make me as much money as I'm making in tech. What do you mean? No, I can't do that. No, 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 no. I'll give you advice for free, really. I don't like. So your passion is something that is so innate. It's the thing that your friends and family come to you for. They're
Okay.
like, "Hey, I'm interviewing. Can you look at my resume?" That's your passion. It's the thing that you already do, but it is so easy to miss because you can't see it within yourself, but other people can see it. So what I advise people is take your 5 closest friends and send them a list of questions which are along the lines of, what am I really good at? Let people tell you because you can't see inside the box.
Very
And
true.
you'll be surprised by the
Very
answers.
true. Yeah.
It took people telling me for years that I should be doing what I do today. For 3 years, I kept saying, no, 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 I can't. No, 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 no. No, it will never make me 6 figures. No, I'm not doing it.
Wow. And I think this maybe may have something to do with how we were raised and how we were educated also in Kenya.
100%.
Yes,
Not maybe.
where we were supposed to take a certain path.
Boss, either you're a lawyer,
Doctor.
an architect, engineer,
Yeah,
accountant.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Try
Yeah.
to be try to tell your mother you want to be a DJ.
Yeah, and
Hey, in whose house?
yes, and you know,
Shaitan.
yes,
Shindwe.
there was
Jesus'
someone who
name.
was actually
Rebuke
asking
you.
for the number. I think it was
202-683-4570.
press star 5 to speak. I think it
Repeat
was
again.
Anamolago.
202
Uh-huh.
683
Uh-huh.
4570. Anamwalago aka Amope. Amope.
Yes.
Pick us in.
And then you do what? Star 5?
Then
Press star 5 to speak.
Yeah, yeah. And
Bas.
for Jane Mukami to understand 202-683 4570 nyota tano. Anyway, the number to call is 202-683-4570. Press star 5 to speak.
It's Nyota. I thought
Yeah.
it was hash.
No,
yeah.
no, it
hash,
is star.
Hash ndio ile ingine.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. Hash ni alama ya reli. So star 5 to speak. Yes, hash ni alama ya
I
reli.
thought he was going to say alama ya
Yeah.
duku.
Okay, yeah, sawa sawa.
I
So
thought.
so please give us a call. But I think, like you also mentioned something that passed us for a moment. Social media. Social media has changed. Like it is no longer what it used to be. And I don't know exactly when it changed, but it feels nowadays to me, social media feels like a task more than the fun place that it used to be. It has changed fundamentally. And I think you mentioned something where you said back in the day when it was easier to just go on social media and see what everyone has posted. So how has that change affected, like the ability of a regular Joe, just being able to go there and make something out of it? Because I think it's a change that most people have not understood. Jane Mukami.
I think everyone can attest to the fact that over the last maybe 2 years, let's even say 3 years. Remember when you used to get on Facebook and all you saw was your friends, your family, the guys you went to high school with, the people you're friends with, you can see their content. Then came the age of COVID, came the Reels, came TikTok, came Instagram videos. Then the push was everybody needs to make more videos to push more content. And then now you go on Facebook and you start seeing posts from pages you didn't even sign up to receive.
Yes.
That's the current status now, right? And I keep seeing all these posts and I have to keep going and blocking them. Because I'm like, I want to see my friends, but I can't see them. So the algorithm keeps changing and getting tweaked, so much that unless you know how to play the social media game, people won't see your posts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I started learning from investing, so 2018 was the first year I invested in a coach, the one I told you about where I was from $250 to taking a loan to figure it out.
Okay.
And every year since, I've always had a coach. This is the first year I don't have a business coach. Well, no, I had one. I always have coaches in 12 in year blocks. So the last one that I hired last year, our engagement ended in May this year. So this year I've not hired a coach because I'm retired, right?
Wow.
But I'm saying this to say that I was very lucky that I got in and started being coached by people who understood social media and coaching and how these two have to get married for success. And the good thing is, once you know how to work social media, it doesn't matter what's happening with the algorithm now. The problem is the people who are coming in now trying to grow their businesses when they don't have the tools. They have to play a more strategic game than me, who started playing this game 7-8 years ago.
Wow, I think that's very important. And there's also a very compelling question that's coming from EVE Karanja. How do you see AI shaping the future of coaching? Because now where social media was in the 2010s, when it was still fairly newish and most people who are getting in could make something out of it, AI is still in that fairly newish phase, but it's moving so fast. It is moving so fast at a breathtaking pace that we are not even understanding what's going on. I'm personally part of a project in the company I'm working to just try and figure out, because there was something called search engine optimization. A lot of companies that were selling products are tuned to that. They are optimized to that. But now people have shifted their brains from Google to ChatGPT and other AI chatbots. So we are now trying to figure out in our company very early on, like, how do we optimize ourselves for people who are asking these questions about our products on AI? How do we capture their attention? So maybe talk to us about that briefly, Jane Mukami.
Innovation will never stop. Do you remember when Facebook is only
It's 21. I think it's 21 years old.
2020, was it not 20? Yeah, it's 20 years
About
old.
It's 21.
2004.
21 years old.
21, yeah.
2021 years old,
Yeah.
right? Do you remember during COVID when what is that platform that came on it? The one where people would
Clubhouse.
right.
Yeah.
When Clubhouse came in and everybody was trying to learn Clubhouse.
Yes.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then after Clubhouse, the next trend during COVID was TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I'm taking us back to come forward to say that there'll always be new things coming up. Right now, over the last maybe year or two, AI has become the new Wild West,
Oh my God.
right?
Mhm.
So guess what? Are we all supposed to abandon everything and just go to AI school? No.
No, but usually that's the trend.
But you have to start learning enough to start adapting. I'm one of those people who never adapted to TikTok. You will not find a dancing video of me anywhere. But has my business still done well? Yeah.
Are you sure you won't be found on TikTok somewhere under somebody else's career?
I do have a Jane Mukami TikTok. I have one video, the one for pointing. This is my age. This is my sign. Like, my personality does not
Okay.
set me up to be dancing on TikTok.
Yeah.
They know. I'm sorry. I know
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I'm saying this to say that there'll always be new things coming up. If every time something new comes up, you drop everything and run, you'll be running a lot. Yeah. So AI is here. Have I tapped into the powers of AI? I love ChatGPT. If I wanted to master AI today for a coach as myself, I would do what I've always done. I'll find the best person in the space and pay them a shitload of money for them to show me the shortcut. Like, hey, so what exactly do I need to do? That's how I've succeeded. I'm really good, and it's become my lifestyle. I call it the investing in myself lifestyle. I need to accomplish this. Who's the best in the industry? How much is it? Here's my credit card. Let's go. In months, I'll be done. I'll have climbed that mountain, and I'm now looking on to the next mountain. Yeah. So do we need to adapt? Do we need to learn AI? Of course, we do. At what rate? What are you trying to do with it?
Wow. The number to call is 202-683-4570. Press star 5 to speak. Of course, we have Jane Mukami with us, like dropping some serious gems. People asking for the number, but they're not calling in. I think they're absorbing so much.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
People are listening
Yeah,
and
she-
absorbing
she-
like a
she's moving
sponge.
at the rate
Yeah.
of AI, so it's a little hard for them to.
They want to focus.
Yes. They're pinpointing.
There was
I'm
some,
not even good at AI. I haven't even tapped into the power of AI as I should have by now.
And I guess that's scary.
It's scary to a point,
That
but
you don't, that you're not there. Because I think once you get it, there's another business opportunity.
absolutely. Now, where I think I've tapped into the power of AI is where I invest. I'm in one or two investment opportunities that are private equity where they're running everything using AI.
yeah. So AI has gone into the financial world, because I have an interest there, and the private equity space is getting quite interesting. For most people, I hate to tell you this, but you may not qualify to get into private equity. Although there's new, there's companies like ARC that have opportunities for people who have less money that they want to go in. Because in private equity, they're going to ask you to go in with maybe a minimum of, there's some that will allow you to go in with 100K, but these are opportunities that sometimes range into the millions. They are way more risky than your everyday stocks. But
Jen is retired, so she probably has that million, right?
Yeah. So when you have to be in a very good space to go there, you have to understand that money that you put in there, it can 10x within 2 years, or you can lose it all. That's something that you have to be mentally prepared for,
Well,
which most people are not. And that's why, like with just if you're still in that maybe paycheck to paycheck phase, or maybe you're just in a comfortable phase, you're just okay with investing in index funds. The interesting thing is that there's been a lot of AI funds that are within the publicly traded companies that have tried to beat the S&P 500, and so far none has done that. There's some that beat it for 1 year, but when you go to the third, the fourth, the fifth, sixth year, it tends to balance out. But that's a very interesting part. Private equity, I think, is one of those things that especially the Kenyans who are becoming wealthier need to learn, need to understand. It's a very interesting space, private equity, and there's also venture capital, which is also very interesting. I'm sure it's a space that that Jane has been looking into. But of more interest, Jane, there's a model that Tabitha told us where it's a low or no overhead with high cash flow, whereby a lot of people are normally scared of going into an idea because they feel they need so much money. They feel like for this idea to work, I need $100,000 or I need $50,000. I don't have it. But there's this thing called low overhead, high cash flow.
$13,000.
Yes. What exactly does that mean?
I have no idea what that is, but what I could say is that the coaching business has a very low
Overhead,
entry
point.
Yeah, like all you need is understanding what you want to do, what problem you want to solve, and come in. All you need is Wi-Fi and your laptop, and you need to learn how to now go and talk about what you do in the right places. In this case, the right places for me always is social media, right? For the longest, I ran my business doing everything from 2018. I hired my first employee. Well, I've always had an assistant who is my cousin. I hired my first employee in 2023 is when I had my first like other helper. But by the time I was hiring her, I was already making $1 million a year. So
Pause
what?
there. Hey, you cannot move like that.
She,
So
she is already a millionaire. Kwa nini mulikuwa mna doubt?
okay. Pause there. You said you were already making $1 million. I think that's important for people to understand. You moved 7 years previously, and you barely had enough money in your bank account. And now, what year is it you're talking about? Is it 23 or 24?
23.
2023.
Oh, did you say in my bank account? No. Come on, no. Actually, it's funny you bring that up because today I remembered it was June 2020 during COVID when I saw the most money I'd ever seen in my bank account. It was $100,000.
Okay.
A screenshot, and I sent it to my dear friend, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this.
Wow. Is that money that you got from business?
Of course, I made this from my coaching, right?
Okay.
But it's the most amount of money my eyes had ever seen on my online. Like you log into your bank account to look at your account. And I'm like, $100,000.
Was that
Right.
before or after Uncle
was-
Sam?
No, this is gross, not net. Just seeing the money.
Just the money.
Just seeing the money,
Just
yes.
a balance. Just
Yes.
a balance.
Yeah.
Right.
It's still a lot of money.
Yeah, and you see the numbers you talk about are unfathomable for people to understand. You know, like you're saying, your business made $1 million for you. You know, like in a certain year. You know, these are numbers that someone, you know, like who was struggling 7 years ago would never think, you know, like, or someone who's struggling now, 2025,
Yes.
is not in the mindset of I could possibly
Make that.
have $1 million, you know, like 6-7 years from now. So I think that's why it's important sometimes to just verbalize, you know, like that this is possible. And America is one of those interesting places where things can get very tough,
Correct.
but also it's one of the few places where, you know, like people can create wealth this fast. And I know people are creating wealth in other places, but I tend to feel like America has
We have, I mean, this is how I got to start thinking of it, as has been taught to me by very many coaches over the years. This is the land of Facebook, of Amazon. This is the country where all these great companies on the stock market are created. This is where entrepreneurs wake up, especially the click entrepreneurs like myself. We're making money online, going from 0 to 7 figures a year for a few years, simply by being here where the knowledge is. Okay? So it's just a matter of anybody choosing, listen, here's where I need to go. Here's where I'm at. There's a gap. What am I going to do? And unfortunately, most people's answer is,
Doubles.
oh, I'm going to take a loan and go back and get an MBA. No. Why? And I shared this on social media where my mom didn't talk to me for 6 months because I refused to get an MBA in 2012. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to keep working in corporate. I'm going to do something with this fitness thing that you think I joined a cult for. I'm going to do something with it. Just watch me. Just give me time. I don't need an MBA, right? So it's not going to be traditional or conventional because the way we're doing business has changed. 20 years ago, could you make money on Facebook? There was no Facebook.
No.
So why are we still trying to have big dreams but use traditional methods? Ali, you and I have had these conversations.
Yes. Multiple
About
times.
everyone is making money in the US buying plots in Kenya. Why?
Yes.
Like, the hell?
Broti maguta.
How?
Why?
So
We, like,
So you see, now you mentioned that, like now coming back to our population, like especially our Kenyans. And actually before that, I think we have a caller. Again, the number to call is 202-683-4570. Press star 5 to speak. We're going to go back to that topic of Mafuroti because that is going to be the death of most Kenyans. So let's find out who's on the phone. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
5549. Thank you for calling the One Mic Show.
Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yes,
can hear you.
yes.
Please tell us your name and
We
where you're
can hear
calling
you.
from.
My name is Anna Mwalago, and I'm calling from Bubi.
Okay, Anna Mwalago from Bui. Please talk up. We can barely hear
Ana,
you.
tumia ile volume ya kuimba.
Yeah,
Yes.
imagine you're
Okay.
singing. Yeah.
Eh,
Yes.
basi hiyo volume.
Alright.
Eh.
Okay.
Nimehepa because niko hapa peke yangu. So ngoja, I'm using my earpiece. Can I take it off for them?
Okay. Yeah, you can take it off. Yeah. Yeah, you
Can
can
you
take.
hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Now talk to
Can you
us
hear
and
me
talk.
now?
Yes, we can hear you. Talk to Jane.
Hi.
I'm open.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
I'm
Yes.
good.
Hi, Jen. How are you? This is Anna. I am one of those people who bought your book and I never read it. And so I'm
Well,
not because it was not good.
No, go
Endelea,
ahead. Go
endelea.
ahead.
But because of how we have an issue with time management as people. How much is time management so important in becoming successful? Because I think sometimes we are juggling so many things, and this makes us not see the prize that we are going for. It's like, is this guy? I listen to some motivational speakers who say, stop working hard too much. So stop working too hard for things that give you you get less profit than just focusing on one thing that you don't have to put too much energy in it and then can succeed. But if you're used to the mindset of working hard and doing this all the time, sometimes you think that working hard will get you there other than working smart. So that issue of working smart and time management, that's one of my questions. The other question is about weight loss. That's my biggest struggle. I get it, I lose it, all that kind of stuff. So, and that's why I bought your book. I was like, okay, I'll follow this. I even got into I also got into the training you used to offer, 14 days this, then I wouldn't follow up. But I think what I realized is that when it comes to weight loss, it's more about also what we eat, what time. Eating is more important as exercising as much as, what you eat and what time. So speak about the intermittent fasting, because I've seen it work for me at some other time. And then if I don't do it and I also don't go to the gym, things kind of change. So I have those two things. Of course, maybe I have more questions to ask. But for right now, yeah, and also I'm very proud of you and what you're doing. It's very inspiring. And, your friend Michael is the one who told me about you. He's like, you don't know Jen? And then I followed you. So keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Anna Mwalago. Before you go, Anna Mwalago, maybe Jane, do you have a quick reaction to what Anna just said?
She's asked a lot, and I tend to forget things very quickly. So the weight loss thing, intermittent fasting, I'm not one who believes or subscribes to any diet. Some people, intermittent fasting works for them, just as some others, keto works for them, others plant-based works for them. I'm all about a well-rounded approach that makes sense for you. It has to be customized to you personally. And being able to be consistent and following up with everything as you should long term. About time management is good. Time management is a must. There is no way you're going to accomplish or do the things that you need to do without good time management skills. If not, you're going to run out of time every day, and the things that must be done never get done, which means you're always behind on your goals. So that one has to be something you get on top of.
Okay. All right. Asante sana, Jane. Asante sana, Anna. So, Anna, are we going to make our $1 million in the next 7 years?
No,
or are you
Anna-
already there?
No, Anna should, by now, she has a
Who
product.
told you I'm not a millionaire?
Ole, I am coming for a loan. I am coming for a loan, Anna.
Anna tunakuja Bui. We know where you live.
We know where you live. We are coming for a quick loan. There is a very hot deal that we want to do. We are going to double the money and then we'll give you something
na
on
ile
top.
plot yako ya kule nini kule, where is Anna from again?
Uko Taita.
Taita Taveta.
Yes.
No.
By the hills. Tunakuja.
What I can say is also what Jen has just spoke about. Like these days, to really make, not that I have it, but to really make $1 million is not so hard. But the biggest thing is the challenges we have as human beings is knowing what to focus on. We focus on things that can get us the goals we want, and then also, which is something I want Jen to speak about, is how effective social media is. You see, as an artist myself, I have a problem with social media. I don't like it very much. And so sometimes I have people to help me with my social media when I have the money. When the money is low, I don't even do a regular kind of thing. So to me, I kind of believe that it's better to be out there doing the work than doing social media and posting. But however, to each his own, because for you, social media is a must because that's how you sell your brand. So how can we, how can we use social media for the benefit in terms of business, especially if you feel like, it can benefit you, but you don't feel like doing it. You know what I mean?
So the problem is everyone is out there working hard. Like you said, you'd rather spend that time working instead of being on social media, but you'll keep working, but nobody knows about you. Nobody knows what you're selling. Nobody knows what you do. So being on social media, talking about, did you see what's going on with Trump? What did I see that was exciting today? He said that everybody can now take time off or something to go to the gym. I was happy about that one. Something along those or whatever.
Yeah.
The problem is our lives are so full of distractions, and our cell phones are part of that distraction to a point where we give up our time to time waste instead of using our time to be productive. So that's the first thing, Anna. Yes, you're working hard, but imagine how much more money you'd be making if more people knew about you. That's what branding is in its simplest form. Do people know you? Do they know what you do? Do they know where you're from? Do they know anything about your family? That is what branding is at the basic level. So you can keep working hard, but you'll only be known by your neighbor, your friends, the people at church. But imagine if people around the world knew about you. Would that not make an impact financially? So when you say you hate social media, you can hate social media all you want, while some of us are using social media like a cash machine. That's what it is.
All right. Anna Mwalago, your last word before we let you go. Anna.
Yes. You have a question? No. No, I just definitely congratulations to Jen and what she's doing and impacting and changing lives. And I also believe that women have to support each other and lift each other up. And I'm just so happy to see her success, because her success is my success, is somebody else's success. So I really think it is important for us women, especially nowadays, not to look at other women and be like, did you need, but to always look at them, other women as inspiration, so that we know that if, like Maya Angelou said, what one person can do, you can do. Anything good a person has done, you can do. And anything bad a person has done, you can do. So if we look at life like that, it can really change the way we go towards, observing and getting inspired by others, but also looking at ourselves and knowing that we are limitless and we can do whatever we desire to do. But finally, I also want to say, please tell Bandio to call me, because Ali, you said that when am I bringing my show back? Bandio is not answering my phone.
Ana, yani umeleta kitchen politics ndani ya show.
Umeleta kitchen politics ndani ya show. Sio ni sawa hiyo.
Hii ni mambo ya side babu.
Surely. Yeah.
But Anna, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
And you know he's listening. So
but remember, you've already revealed you have $1 million, so I'm coming for my loan.
Yes.
Na nikikuja loan,
I don't have.
I am coming for my loan. There's a very big deal. Like we'll double the money within 2 weeks. And then we'll share.
Broti makuta.
Okay. Asante sana, Anna.
Jen is there. Ask Jen for a loan.
No,
we're asking
money,
you. You are closer.
Very
her money is tied up in the bank.
No, you're
Kuna
closer.
vile.
You're closer.
Ash has got deals with the issues with equity, so it's okay. Wewe sawa tu.
Yeah, sawa. Thank you so much. Yeah. So
You're welcome. Thank you for this show.
all right. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Yeah. So Jane, you can hear this, like there's one thing that I've come to appreciate, and we've come to appreciate just doing this show is that generally as human beings, we have so many blind spots. We cannot be good at everything. There's some certain things, there's a certain niche few things that we are very good at, but then there's other things that we're not good at. Like I appreciate like the power of social media. Personally, I'm not very good and consistent at constantly posting in social media. Like I'm just not very good at that. But it's something that I understand, like having talks to people like you and so many other people like Tabitha, to understand that there's a power in it. If you're not very good at it, you can get with
Hire
someone.
somebody to do it.
You can either hire someone to do it for you, or you can learn in a way that you can sustainably do it to support whatever you're doing, which is what I think most people need to understand. Now, before Anna called, we're talking about Mafuroti Maruta. This thing it is the go-to for most Kenyans, who have made some money here in as far as investing is concerned. You and I, Anna, have talked about it. It's very obvious. The return is very low. The return is very low. It has a lot of issues, like taking care of making sure that the rates are paid, making sure someone hasn't encroached on a piece of land and all that. But for some reason, Kenyans keep going back to that. And I'm not talking about Kenyans in Kenya. I'm talking about diaspora Kenyans. So maybe
we are socialized.
what is it that we are not communicating in the right way, Jane? Because this is becoming very problematic. When you look at the numbers on how much money goes to land and real estate from the amount of money Kenyans send to Kenya every year, it is staggering. I don't even want to share with you the number because you will be very shocked. Jane.
Like everything else, Ali, and like I said, you and I have talked about this extensively. It's mindset. That's it. We tend to keep repeating what we've been steeped in without seeing anything outside of that. In case in point, we are the Kenyans who made it out of Kenya. Tulisimama nje yo embassy, baridini, 5 a.m. Well, wale walienda through the visa process. About those of you that came through the green card process, it might have been easier, but I was an F1 student, right?
Mm-hmm.
We all fought so hard to prove to the American embassy that we were worthy of coming here. Then we got here and we all found our other Kenyans and we started living the Kenyan life in America. So when it comes time to investing, guess what we're going to do? We're going to keep doing what we know, not paying attention to what else is new that's around us. The one thing that I appreciate as I'm getting older is how I watched my mother doing life. My mother always had foreigners for friends. It was Waindis, it was Wazungus. She always got advice from them. It wasn't from her regular girls or friends. It wasn't the watu wa nyumbani. Yeah. So I think from a very early age, I was taught without being taught, but by observing that anytime you're trying to do something or wanting to do something, don't just do what everyone you know is doing, which is what most of us do. What does everyone do with their money? What is the one way to succeed in Kenya? It's copy paste. Buy a shamba, buy land, put up apartments. Forget the amount of money it takes. Forget the ROI. Forget the headache. Forget, oh, this is for my children who don't even want to come to Kenya. It's being steeped in what everyone else around you is doing. So going back to my mother's story, I tend to have taken that path from her, where I just don't do what everyone around me is doing. I tend to look out, what are those people over there doing? How do they do it? Or what about those other people? I love being in different rooms to get different knowledge to do things differently. So when I was in Kenya, I just got back from Kenya. I was in Kenya 2 weeks ago. My parents were there as well in August. And it was 3 days of them dragging me around Naivasha, Kajiado, all over the place, showing me where all the shambas are.
Shamba.
And I'm like,
Did you grab one?
They were being pointed to her, so she knows where they are.
Inheritance.
Yeah, just in case you know.
and being pointed to the ones that I was asked to send money 15 years ago, and I forgot, and I forgot I had a plot there and I had a few acres there. And I'm like, guys, this is land you'll do nothing with.
Yes,
Can-
idle land.
No, but they're waiting for the road to come.
Can I say and the water?
Yeah.
Yes.
And the electricity.
And I'm telling them, can I sell my land and I want to take this money and invest it? They're like, no, you never sell land. I'm like, said who? Right?
That's you never
I
sell
don't
land.
I don't want my land. Can I take that money and put it in, it's Kenya, put it in the government bonds, right?
Huh?
Let me make my money my way. That's how I like making money in Kenya. Let me invest it in passive income where I don't have to talk to
You'll
anyone.
You'll trigger Ali over here.
Yeah, it's all good. It's
With
all
Kenyan
good.
bonds. With Kenyan bonds.
Kenyan or whatever.
Government bonds, sorry. Yeah, you'll trigger Ali. He's already smiling.
It's okay, he can be triggered. But can we have money making us money in different ways other than the way you've always seen your parents and their friends and everyone around you doing it? And the truth is, most people don't wanna go into what's unfamiliar because there's a learning curve. You have to learn. And then most people just want to dump money and not understand anything. That's why people are getting conned. Remember that case where all those people bought some plots or some apartments and it was as a scam? We have to take radical responsibility on our finances.
Severally.
Yeah, those scams have been so common. They've been so normal that, and they've been happening year over year again. And people are still, going into those
better.
deals.
Ali, those guys get better.
Yeah,
At doing it.
Yeah, I think they get better at doing it. They get more. It's the same people. They create new companies. They create
companies that are called the name of the county. So they make it look like
They
you're
make it look
actually
official.
buying from the county.
Yes.
Imagine, and this is a company that you're
But they
writing a check to.
they know they are preying on a population that is financially illiterate, and they just need to use these buzzwords to get them in.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Goes back to if all these things are happening, imagine you're in a country that has this is like the superpower. I know the US ain't shit right now, but this is still a superpower. There's so much going on here. Can you just figure out how does your neighbor invest? The non-Kenyan neighbor. Talk to people, find out what's there. Yes, there are many opportunities. You still have to be wise and all, but our mindset has to change about things. So when it comes to what's going on, I believe the first most important thing as a person, as an individual, is you need to have a growth mindset. It's okay to forget everything you've been taught and adapt a new way of thinking.
Yeah.
And if you don't even want to think, pay someone to show you the damn thing.
Here's another interesting thing that I've seen sometimes, and maybe we're not doing this in the right way. So someone will, like the way you mentioned earlier, when people are constantly asking you about this is what people know you for when you're looking for your passion. So one of the things that, a lot of times people always tend to come to me for is advice on especially just their finances here. I have X amount in my bank account. I don't know what to do with it. Where should I keep it? And stuff like that. Just basic stuff like that. So you will find that I will talk to people, and I will advise them, on what I feel based on their situation. But when it comes to that point of, okay, you've been coming to me for this for a long time, so to do this in a more effective way, nilipe. And I will show you a more effective way of doing it. You can put me on retainer. When that happens, that's when this person drops off and disappears. And never asks you that question. Probably goes to pay, some stranger who she's not even sure will be able to help them sort out the situation. And then when things go south is when you get to hear back about it again. And I don't know why this is so much within our community. There were some comments that were coming in here while we're talking. Sheke is saying, I love this. She's showing us that you can be successful by taking non-traditional path. This should inspire parents to support their children. Mose Kemunto Gladys says, yes, she's dropping the gems. I have registered interest in your coaching class. So we have another one who's registered interest. So October. So Mose Kemunto, we're going to give your details to Jane. And then Apa Washeke anasema, private markets are being democratized and very soon it will be available in our retirement accounts. But I think it's mostly a cash grab for the managers and I don't see it as a benefit for regular investors. And then Wamahot says, we have a lot to learn as a community or rather immigrants about creating wealth. And Washeke says, we are always running to the next get-rich-quick schemes. You have a Kenya Doyo here from Texas, from Houston, says, kwa hiyo story ya proti, I think appealing to logic gets us stuck. Maybe we look at land as memory, not as property. Let's go deeper. And subconsciously, land is a portal for healing and continuity. It's super-led, a whole show and a half.